Broadcast Center. I do believe around the corner is North Providence's newest police chief, David Tikoian. Chief, thanks for coming in.
Hi, Kate. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. This is
Thank
the
you.
studio. This is where we talk right to the people. You've had a busy week.
I have. Second day. Yesterday was very busy. I did manage to get in a cup of coffee at 9:30, but today was a little more productive.
We got you your second cup of coffee just before the show.
You did. Thank you. Yeah.
Get you caffeinated, off to the races. North Providence, the police department's just been in the news. A lot of tumult, a lot of attention paid to it. What now? You're taking the reins, state police background. Talk with us even about coming to this position. You know, who reached out to you? You were at the Providence Water Supply Board. You thought, this might be just a fit for me.
Sure. You're right. I retired after 23 years, and then, I knew that I had less than 24 months left to go. Faced mandatory retirement, and a position at Providence Water came available, and I accepted it wholeheartedly. But I never stopped thinking about law enforcement, getting back into it, and it'd have to be the right fit for me. So in terms of that, I said, obviously the state police, maybe my hometown of Smithfield, but North Providence was also a good fit. And because they're on the advent of a new public safety complex, I was on the committee for the public safety building at the state police. And, that territory is not strange to me, North Providence. I have friends and relatives that live there, and even being the captain of the football team in Smithfield, we had that high school rivalry, the Thanksgiving Smithfield, North Providence.
Did you ever think you were going to go over to the dark side?
Well,
here you are.
I can't say I'm going to be a cougar, but I'm a Sentinel at heart. But,
what are you going to wear to the football game?
oof.
Putting
So
you on the spot in your second day of the job. But you know North Providence.
I do. So, I thought it's going to be a good fit for me. So with that in mind, I'm going to say maybe a year and a half ago, as you know, it's no secret, I'm an Armenian American, and every year they have a flag raising ceremony at the town hall in North Providence. And it's about a year and a half ago, I was chatting with the mayor, and he said, if an opportunity ever opened here, I said, I would certainly consider it. Casual conversation.
But very prophetic.
And to his credit, he remembered. So when he called me 3 or 4 weeks ago and said, I'm ready to make a change here, and I'd like you to run the department, I said, okay.
So coming in, again, there's been a lot of tumult. Do you have to acknowledge that? Do you have to bring in folks to say, around the table and say, here's how things are going to be moving forward? I understand that there's been some issues in the department, but we've got new leadership. Do you have to, how does one work with the team when you first come onto a new department?
Sure, that's a great question, and I've addressed it in my public comments at the announcement, in my swearing in, and I've also made it an effort to go to each roll call. I haven't been to the midnight one yet, but I will get to that.
Okay.
Because I want to, talk to the members of the department on a level, in their own department, in a relaxed atmosphere, not in a ceremonial setting.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, we can't shy away from what's happened. That is what it is. I know that's an overused term, but it is what it is. But listen, there's new leadership. I have a different philosophy. Everybody, you'll see that I run a professional organization, and I treat people with dignity, courtesy, and respect. And that's what you're going to get from me. And what you saw at the swearing in, that wasn't a show. That's David Tikoian. So, from my perspective, listen, what happened in the past, it happened. We have to acknowledge that. But let's not look in the, rear view mirror. Let's look out the windshield and move forward. So, I get a sense there's, some excitement in the department with the new leadership. You can kind of just feel that energy in the department. So, you know what? The word that I used at the swearing in was opportunity. Mm-hmm. And this is opportunity for me. It's an opportunity for the town and the police department. So let's capitalize. Let's face it. This is a long time since the mayor has appointed a permanent chief. So let's capitalize on it and move forward.
So do you think it gives you as sort of an advantage, almost coming in as not quite an outsider, but an outsider, to say, I am new. This is the direction I'm going to take the force, and getting the input from everyone. Do you really think that you've got the ability to sort of turn it around and get it on its good footing again?
I do. I look at it as it's the same game, maybe just a different field, different department, but it's the same profession, if you will. And you're right. I'm an outsider. I have no affiliations with anybody in the department, and, no agendas other than to do the right thing. And that will be the hallmark, is always to do the right thing.
Do you think, as we're here in 2017, that the profession is as challenging as it's ever been since you've been in it, with everything that's going on nationally and sort of where we are here again now? Have you seen a more challenging time?
Hey, I don't think it is. It definitely is. I mean, police officers, look, now police officers are carrying Narcan for overdoses. Would you have seen that 20 years ago? No. I mean, we had basic CPR and first aid. Now they're on the verge of, I'm not taking it, an EMT, let's say,
Yeah.
But sure, of course. And then you have the community outreach portion of it. Now, I'm a huge proponent of that community outreach to establish that trust and familiarization with the community. So, yeah, there's so much more to policing now than there was 10 years ago, never mind 25 years ago.
And so, what have your conversations with the mayor been? Has what sort of, he kind of recruited you, said come along, you went through the process, and he appointed you. Is it a collaboration? Is he more hands off? What's the style, the leadership style along with the mayor? Is he just said, take the reins and go?
So yeah, actually, I was with another outlet, and they said, in the announcement, the mayor said he would not micromanage the department. He said, so let's address the white elephant in the room. That would lend to things. And, in no uncertain terms, the mayor told me, listen, you are going to run that police department. And I know the mayor to be a very honorable person and a man of his word, and he has not shown me anything otherwise. He said, listen, you don't have to. I said, well, I'm going to brief you on, what you think or you should know, what I think you should know. But in terms of running the day-to-day operations, no, he's given me full autonomy to do that.
Okay, so you've got the green light moving forward. Again, it's only second day at the job, so I don't want to say, moving forward, what do you expect in the coming weeks and months, but what do you? I mean, is it just sort of learning the ropes, if you will, but also running the department?
So the day-to-day operations, yesterday I kind of had a plan, what I was going to get accomplished that day. I think I got the first 3 agenda items, and then that plan kind of went to the wayside because I got overwhelmed with some administrative duties. But I am going to try my hardest not to stay in that office all day long. And I told in my remarks, I expressed to the community that I would become the fabric of the town of North Providence. So actually tonight I think there's an event at Governor Noddy Park, and I will be there tonight. So just to be open, accessible, give the members of the department the best leadership that I can provide them, and lead from the front and set an example. So like I said, I try to always comport myself as a gentleman and a professional, and I think that philosophy has rubbed off on the folks that I've worked with over my career, and it's been successful for me, so I'm going to continue to do that.
But the big question is, when the football game comes along, which side are you going to...
Well, you know what, how about
halftime right there?
Halftime on one side and the other half on the other.
Okay.
Or maybe I'll just stay with Father Puscatello on the Cougar side for a little while.
Get a little... Do you need protection? You are protection. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to come in. Of course, sort of all state focus was on what's happening in North Providence, the big swearing-in ceremony this week. I know you're making the rounds, making yourself accessible to folks, so I appreciate your taking the time to come into the studio here.
Well, thank you for having me, Kate.
Chief Tikoian,
thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let you go off, maybe even get another cup of coffee.
Thank you.
Okay. North Providence's newest police chief, David Tikoian, here in studio after his swearing in this week. There's been a lot of tumult at the North Providence Police Department, as we've seen, and again, he was just appointed full chief this week, talking with him about what he envisions moving forward for that department, talking about his conversations with the mayor, what he envisions. It was good to have the chief here in the studio to talk right to you, the viewers, and of course we